you see it, Katara. The Air Temple is one of the most beautiful places in the world.
Aang, I know you're excited, but it's been 100 years since you've been home.
Yeah,
That's
wouldn't
why
it
I'm
be
so
a
excited.
lot
It's
different,
just that
you would
a lot
think?
can change in all that time.
I know, but I need to see it for myself. Wake up, Sokka! Air Temple, here we come!
Sleep now. Temple later.
I don't think you can fall asleep that fast.
Sokka, wake up! There's a prickle snake in your sleeping bag!
Ah! Get it off! Get it off!
He's that gullible?
Uncle, I want the repairs made as quickly as possible. I don't want to stay too long and risk losing his trail.
You mean the Avatar?
Don't mention his name on these docks. Once word gets out that he's alive, every firebender will be out looking for him, and I don't want anyone getting in the way.
Getting in the way of what? Prince Zuko.
Oh, does other people
Its commander now. And general.
not know exactly what he's
Great hero
doing?
of our nation. Retired general. The Fire Lord's brother and son are welcome guests anytime. What brings you to my harbor? Our ship is being repaired. That's quite a
Holy
bit of
crap.
damage.
Yes, you wouldn't believe what happened. Uncle, tell Commander Zhao what happened.
Oh,
I will
so they have to make a story up.
Incredible. What? Did we crash or something?
Yes, right into an Earth Kingdom ship. Sorry, but we have to go.
Prince Zuko, show Commander Zhao your
He's old enough to drink?
We would be honored to join you. Do you have any ginseng tea? It's
Actually, I'm gonna guess there's probably no age limit in this world for alcohol.
Hey, stomach, be quiet, all right? I'm trying to find us some food. Hey, who ate all my blubbered seal jerky?
Oh, that was food? I used it to start the campfire last night. Sorry.
Ew, what? Aw, no wonder the flames smelled so good.
And you can't,
The Patola Mountain
you
Range.
know.
We're almost there.
I guess you could have tried.
Before we
Try
get
to eat the
temple,
smoke.
I want to talk to you about the Airbenders.
Just because no one has seen an airbender doesn't mean the Fire Nation killed them all. They
True.
probably escaped.
I know it's hard to accept.
You don't understand, Katara. The only way to get to an airbender temple is on a flying bison. And I doubt the Fire Nation has any flying bison. Right, Appa? Yep, yep.
Probably something else to fly, maybe? I wonder how strong their, like, how much technology the Fire Nation has. We saw they had a bit just from the type of ship and stuff, but...
There it is. The Southern Air Temple.
Oh, damn.
Aang,
That's
it's
fancy.
amazing.
We're home, buddy. We're home.
I still think you shouldn't get your hopes up, though.
If my father thinks the rest of the world will follow him willingly, then he is a fool.
2 years at sea have done little to temper your tongue.
Family problems.
How is your search for the Avatar going? My fault entirely.
Maybe he's got some daddy issues.
We haven't found him yet.
Did you really expect to? The Avatar died 100 years ago, along with the rest of the Airbenders.
Ah, so they are
Unless
dead.
You found some evidence that the Avatar is alive.
Oh,
No,
crap. That's
nothing.
not good, then. That means Aang is going... If the Airbenders actually are all dead, that means Aang is going to a place that's going to be completely abandoned. That's not good.
Prince Zuko, the Avatar is the only one who can stop the Fire Nation from winning this war. If you have an ounce of loyalty left, you'll tell me what you've found.
I haven't found anything. It's like you said. The Avatar probably died a long time ago.
Confirmed Prince Zuko had the Avatar in custody, but let him escape.
Now, remind me, how exactly was your ship damaged?
I guess the failure was what he didn't want to show them.
So where do I get something to eat?
You're lucky enough to be one of the first outsiders to ever visit an airbender.
What the hell is wrong with this man?
Food?
I'm just a simple guy with simple
That's
needs.
amazing.
So that's where my friends and I would play airball. And over there is where the bison would sleep.
Is airball like Quidditch?
What's wrong?
This place used to be full of monks and lemurs and bison. Now there's just a bunch of weeds.
100 years of no cleanup would probably do that.
So, this airball game, how do you play?
This seems a way too overly complicated.
Aang 7, Sokka 0.
Making him feel better is putting me in a world of hurt.
Calculate where you're going to hit the ball, but that means you have to have airbending, right? You can't even play that game without it.
Check this out.
Not correctly, anyway.
We should tell him.
Aang, there's something you need to see.
Okay.
Well, that's evidence right there that they showed up.
What is it?
Just a new waterbending move I learned.
Nice one, but enough practicing. We have a whole temple.
But he's gonna figure it out eventually. What's the use in hiding it from him?
If he finds out that the Fire Nation invaded his home, he'll be devastated.
She cares about his
Hey,
feelings.
guys, I want you to meet somebody.
Who's that?
Monkey Atso, the greatest airbender in the world. He taught me everything I know.
But the true secret is in the gooey center. My
He taught you how to
ancient
cook?
technique isn't the only thing on your mind, is it, Aang?
This whole Avatar thing. Maybe the monks made a mistake.
The only mistake they made was telling you before you turned 16. But we can't concern ourselves with what was. We must act on what is.
Holy crap.
Monkey Atso, how do I know if I'm ready for this?
So those were
Your questions
common
will be
before the
answered
bison.
when you're old enough to enter the Air Temple Sanctuary. Are you going to help me with these cakes?
They don't look very appetizing. They look like a dog ball, like a dog bowl with a piece of shit like in the middle. Wait, what? So that's where he got his sense of humor
Your aim
from?
has improved greatly, my young pupil.
Seems like a good way of learning and
You must miss him.
Yeah,
seemed like a good
Where are
guy.
you going?
the Air Temple Sanctuary. There's someone I'm ready to meet.
But Aang, no one could have survived in there for 100 years.
It's not impossible. I survived in the iceberg for that long.
Good point.
Yeah, but that wasn't
Whoever's
ice.
in there might help
Or
me
was
figure out
in
this
ice.
Avatar thing.
And whoever's in there might have a medley of delicious cured meats.
I seriously doubt it.
I don't suppose you have a key.
The key, Sokka, is air bending.
Pushing the door with air? Or sneezing? Oh. Now that's a cool door.
Hello? Anyone home?
I don't know about this. If there was a person in here, they've been sealed in there for a very long time.
12-year-old boy bested you and your firebenders. You're more pathetic than I thought.
I underestimated him once, but it will not happen again.
No, it will not, because you won't have a second chance.
Commander Zhao, I've been hunting the Avatar for 2 years and I...
And you failed. Capturing the Avatar is too important to leave in a teenager's hands.
Failure's not an option, I guess.
Keep them here. More tea, please.
I guess, like, to get to where they're at, this Fire Nation being able to take over all these areas and stuff, the only way you'd be able to do that is have a military or an army that had that type of mindset. You have to have that wartime mindset. So I kind of get, like, failure is not going to be an option at all. You fail once, regardless of who you're related to or whatever, they're going to get somebody else to do it.
Statues? That's it? Where's the meat?
Who are all
Did you
these
really
people?
expect that?
I'm not sure. But it feels like I know them somehow. Look, that one's an airbender.
And this one's a waterbender.
Are these
They're
like
lined up
his
in a pattern.
ancestors or something?
Water, earth, and fire.
That's the Avatar cycle.
Of course. They're avatars. All these people are your past lives.
Oh.
There are so many.
So he technically was...
Past lives? Katara, you really believe in that stuff?
It's true.
They're all the same
When the
person?
Avatar dies, he's reincarnated into the next nation in the cycle. Who is that?
That's Avatar Roku, the Avatar before me.
You were a firebender? No wonder I didn't trust you when we first met.
There's no writing. How do you know his name?
I'm not sure. I just know it somehow.
You just couldn't get any weirder.
Well, if you were that person in a past life, you would think there'd be some type of connection, maybe, especially if you see a statue of them.
Nobody make a sound.
You're making a sound?
Wait, how is there somebody there? Oh, what the hell?
Dinner.
Don't listen
There's
to
the meat!
You're gonna be my new pet.
Not if I get him first. Ah!
Oh, I thought that thing looked bloodthirsty for a second. I just don't think there's any way to win when he can just make a little airball thing and go faster.
My search party is ready. Once I'm out to sea, my guards will escort you back to your ship, and you'll be free to go.
Why? Are you worried I'm going to try and stop you?
You stop me. Impossible.
Don't underestimate me, Zhao. I will capture the Avatar.
He really
before
doesn't
you.
take him seriously,
That's enough.
even though he's a
You
prince.
can't compete with me. I have hundreds of warships under my command, and you're just a banished prince. No home, no allies. Your own father doesn't
Oh,
You're wrong.
that's
Once
what
I
it
deliver the
is.
Avatar to my father, he will welcome me home with honor and restore my rightful place on the throne.
That's why
If
he
your
wants to
father
do
really
this.
wanted you home, he would have let you return by now, Avatar or no Avatar. But in his eyes, you are a failure and a disgrace to the Fire Nation.
That's not true.
That's
You have
gotta
sworn to
hurt.
prove it.
Oh, maybe you'd like one to match.
Is that a challenge?
An Agni Kai at sunset.
How did he get the
Very
scar?
Have you forgotten what happened last time you dueled the master?
I will never forget.
Is that how he got the scar? By the tone, that's what it seems like.
Come on out, little lemur. That hungry guy won't bother you anymore.
Ah, see, you can't hide it from him. He's gonna eventually figure it out. Oh no. Even finding
Hey,
him.
you find my dinner yet? Aang, I wasn't.
He
really gonna eat
found
the food,
sadness.
Okay. Oh man. Come on, Aang. Everything will be all right. Let's get out of here.
Ooh. His sadness is activating it? Is that why he was going to have to go to this room?
Send word to the Fire Lord immediately. The Avatar has
Ah, so it... When it's activated, all the statues glow? So wherever a statue is...
Aang, come on! Snap out of it! Ah!
Holy shit.
What happened?
It's gotta be from the emotions he's feeling.
No, it's his Avatar spirit. He must have triggered it. I'm gonna try and calm
I
him
wonder if
down.
that's what it is. It's triggered by emotions.
Off the mountain.
Whenever he's feeling sad, mad, and extreme emotion, it turns on. Maybe a way to protect himself.
Remember your firebending basics, Prince Zuko. They are your greatest weapons.
I refuse to let him win.
This will be over quickly.
I wonder if he'll be a match for him. Maybe not.
Basics, Zuko. Break his root.
What does that mean? Like the root of his attack? The martial arts is really cool in this. The way they're doing bending and like...
Do it! That's it? Your father raised
Next time
Wow.
you get in my way, I promise. I won't hold back.
He obviously is better than him. At least in fighting. Oh, sheep attack! This guy leads
Prince Zuko.
a ton of
Not
people.
taint your victory. So this is how the great Commander Zhao acts in defeat? Disgraceful. Even in exile, my nephew is more honorable.
What does
than
that
you.
say about the rest of the
Thanks
Fire
again
Nation?
for the tea.
Did you really mean that, Uncle?
Of course. I told you ginseng tea is my favorite.
It seems very obvious that they're not necessarily the bad guys.
I know you're upset. And I know how hard it
At
is
least
to
the way
lose
they were
people you
portrayed in the
love.
first couple episodes.
I went through the same thing when I lost my mom. Monk Gyatso and the other airbenders may be gone. But you still have a family. Sokka and I, we're your family now.
I guess she can calm him down.
Katara and I aren't gonna let anything happen to you. Promise.
I'm sorry,
It's okay. It wasn't your fault.
but you were right. And if Firebenders found this temple, that means they found the other ones too.
And if there's more, maybe you could check all of them to see if
Everything's
there's
packed.
possibly any
You ready
left.
to go?
How is Roku supposed to help me if I can't talk to him?
Maybe you'll find a way.
Looks like you made a new friend, Sokka.
Now you can't complain.
Talk, must eat.
Hey, little guy.
Now you have a food gatherer.
And Appa. We're all that's left of this place. We have to stick together. Katara, Sokka, say hello to the newest member of our family,
What are you gonna name him?
Momo.
So he grabs food and he takes food. I think it's good that Aang can get calmed down when he's in that state. That's one good thing. But also a thing he needs to remember is, yeah, he has a new family now, and there's nothing he could have done. Obviously, there's no reason. I mean, there's just nothing you can really. It's been 100 years. It's one of those things where things happen and it was completely out of his control. Yeah, you're going to be emotional and sad because it probably to him, it feels like just the other day he saw all these people. So in his head, a matter of days, they're all gone. So of course that's going to be a little bit more emotional than normal. Something that I learned from this episode the most though was the betrayal of of Zuko, like not being necessarily like the bad guy, at least the way he was being portrayed in the first couple episodes. At least, first of all, he could have like done some firebending or something to the guy after he won. By the way that general was acting, it seems to be like if you lose a match, it seems to be maybe a tradition or something to get an attack off or something, or finish the person, because the way he was acting, he said just do it. So it's one of those things where when he couldn't do that, he seems more I don't know, like he called him, the general called him weak, but I think it's just he's more emotional, and that could be a good or bad thing. He also has a conscience, as you can tell, from the way he acted there. He wants to get his he did something to lose his father's respect or whatever. I don't know what, like, he must have done something to get exiled, obviously. So yeah, it sucks. Maybe just the way he is, maybe because he's emotional, maybe that's why. But either way, he's doing this for a purpose. To get the Avatar, it's more so he can get in the good graces of his dad.
The only reason you should be interrupting me is if you have news about the Avatar.
Well, there is news, Prince Zuko, but you might not like it. Don't get too upset.
Uncle, you taught me that keeping a level head is a sign of a great leader. Now, whatever you have to say, I'm sure I can take it.
Why do I feel like he's not going to be able to?
No idea where he is.
What?
Really?
Give me the map.
There have been multiple sightings of the Avatar, but he is impossible to track down.
How am I gonna find him, Uncle? He is clearly a master of evasive maneuvering.
Momo, marbles, please. Hey, Katara.
What
check out
the
this
hell?
airbending trick.
That's great, Aang.
You didn't even look.
So Momo can just
That's great.
grab the stuff
But I'm
he's
not
lost
doing
in his clothes.
Stop bugging her, Airhead. You need to give girls space when they do their sewing.
What does me being a girl have to do with sewing?
Simple. Girls are better at
Oof.
fixing pants than guys, and guys are better at hunting and fighting and stuff like that. It's just the natural order of things.
All done with your pants? And look what a great job I did.
They're gonna definitely fall apart now because he said that.
Katara, please!
Relax, Sokka. Where we're going, you won't need any pants.
Where the hell are you going? Where don't you need
We made a pit
pants?
stop yesterday. Shouldn't we get a little more flying done before we camp out?
The bathroom?
He's right.
Aren't you, boy?
Yeah, that was real convincing. Still, hard to argue with the 10-ton magical monster.
Look! That's why we're here. Elephant cool. And I'm gonna ride
That
it.
facial
Katara,
expression.
You gotta watch me. Go!
Sokka has some very interesting facial expressions. Like, I mean, they all do. They're all very... I love the way the show is drawn.
No, Appa! Don't eat that!
Oh man.
I know. When you're doing cool stuff, you want people to watch you.
There's something
It's just not as fun when no one's looking.
What's wrong?
Aang's in trouble. Aang!
Get out of there!
Get back here, Aang!
Now they're watching. Holy huge.
Time to hit the road.
Right when you're just trying to leave?
Or we could stay a while.
You three have some explaining to do.
And if you don't
You're, like,
answer
in
all our
their
questions,
territory
we're
or
throwing you
whatever.
back in the water with the Unagi.
Show yourselves, cowards! Who are you? Where are the men who ambushed us?
There were no men. We ambushed you. Now tell us, who are you and what are you doing here?
Wait a second, there's no way a bunch of girls took us
Right
down.
after you
A
got
bunch of
kidnapped.
girls, huh? The Unagi's gonna eat well tonight. No, don't hurt him. He didn't mean it. My brother's just an idiot sometimes.
Sometimes that excuse works.
I'm sorry we came here. This island is named for Kyoshi? I know Kyoshi.
Ha! How could you possibly know her? Avatar Kyoshi was born here 400 years ago. She's been dead for centuries.
I know her because I'm the Avatar.
That's impossible. The last Avatar was an airbender who disappeared 100 years ago.
That's me.
Which would be
Throw the
him.
imposter to the Unagi.
Aang, do some airbending.
Yeah, that would be good in situations like this.
That's
All you have to do is show some little air tricks and automatic avatar. What the What the fuck? Wait a second. What happened to that dude? He looked like he was like... I mean, is that guy okay?
The Avatar's on Kyoshi Island? Uncle, ready the rhinos. He's not getting away from me this time.
Are you going to finish that?
I was going to save it for later.
Yeah, he wants to microwave it. It never tastes as good. Even with a good microwave, it never tastes as good.
All right, dessert for breakfast. These people sure know how to try
Dreams do
avatars.
come true.
Katara, you gotta try these.
Well, maybe just a bite.
Sokka, what's your problem?
Ever try to eat an apple pie in the morning and that's all you eat?
But you're always hungry.
He's just upset because a bunch of girls kicked
No
his
energy
butt
for the rest of the
yesterday.
day.
They snuck up on me. Who do they think they are, anyway? This is tasty.
What's he so angry about? It's great here. They're giving us the royal treatment.
Hey, don't get too comfortable. It's risky for us to stay in one place for very long.
I'm sure we'll be fine.
That's true,
Besides,
especially
you know
if
how happy I'm making this
since
town?
he's being
They're even
searched
cleaning up
for.
that statue in my honor.
Well, it's nice to see you excited about being the Avatar. I just hope it doesn't all go to your head.
Come on, you know me better than that. I'm just a simple monk.
Sure you are. But what if you have fans? I guess of course you would have fangirls.
Painting the Avatar. That's easy enough. Oh, there's another one. Well, made an adjustment here and...
You got to be a really good artist for when you're what you're trying to draw is just constantly changing. I'm sure he's not used to this type of attention to this degree. Air push-ups.
Girls.
I feel like that's going to continue.
Sorry, ladies. Didn't mean to interrupt your dance lesson. I was just looking for somewhere to get
What
a
the
workout.
fuck?
Well,
He's
you're in the
asking
right
to get his
place.
face
Sorry
punched.
about yesterday. A big, strong man like you, we wouldn't stand a chance.
True, but
I don't think
feel bad.
Sokka would do
After all,
very
I'm the
good
best
in the
warrior
modern
my
world
village.
with this approach.
Best warrior, huh? In your whole village. Maybe you'd be kind enough to give us a little demonstration.
Oh, well, I mean,
Come on, girls. Wouldn't you like him to show us some moves?
Well, if that's what you want, I'd be happy to. All right, you stand over there. Now, this may be a little tough, but try to block me.
One hit, right? Yep.
Good. Of course, I was going easy on you.
Of course.
Let's see if you can handle this. Now,
This is probably just
that does it.
pure happiness for them.
Anything else you want to teach us?
Oh, he gave the anime eyes.
There she is, girls. Me in a past life. Ooh. You were pretty. Excuse me for a second, ladies.
Oh, good. Can you help me carry this back to the room? It's a little heavy.
Actually, I can't right now.
What do you mean you can't?
Too many
I
fans.
promised the girls I'd give them a ride on Appa. Why don't you come with us? It'll be fun.
Watching you show off for a bunch of girls does not sound like fun.
Well, neither does carrying your basket.
It's not my basket. These supplies are for our trip. I told
Guess
you we
it's
have
for
to leave
everybody.
Kyoshi soon.
I don't want to leave Kyoshi yet. I can't put my finger on it, but there's something I really like about this place.
What's
I wonder why.
Angie?
Like the getting all that attention, I'm sure like when he was training and everything 100 years ago, he wasn't getting that type of attention. It's more of just discipline and everything. So going from that to having like all these people like wanting you and liking you and stuff because of something that you are, That's got to be, of course, I think that's going to make anybody very, very, kind of happy, maybe give them a bigger ego. But at the same time, you would think that would also kind of throw a lot of responsibility on you because you haven't really done anything. So, like, even though this title is on you, have you done anything for the title?
You just don't want to come because you're jealous.
Jealous?
Possibly.
Jealous that we're having so much fun without you.
That's ridiculous.
By that facial
It is a
expression.
little ridiculous, but I understand.
Ugh.
And who wouldn't be jealous of that? Yeah.
Hey, Suki.
Hoping for another dance lesson?
No,
Damn.
Well, let me explain.
Spit it out. What do you want?
I
Apologize.
would be honored if you would teach me.
Even if I'm a girl?
I'm sorry if I insulted you earlier. I was wrong.
We normally don't teach outsiders.
At least he's
let alone
learning.
boys.
Please make an exception. I won't let you down. Do I really have to wear this? It is a little...
And the makeup.
girly.
It's a warrior's uniform. You should be proud. The silk thread symbolizes a brave blood that flows
It's
through
so
our veins.
fitting.
The gold insignia represents the honor of the warrior's heart.
Bravery and honor.
Hey, Sokka. Nice dress.
This show's got some nice one-liners.
Katara, remember how the Unagi almost got me yesterday?
Yeah?
Well, I'm gonna go ride it now. It's gonna be real dangerous.
Good for you.
Look at that confidence
You're not gonna
now.
Nope. Have fun.
I will.
Great.
I know it's great.
Oh, I'm glad you know.
I'm glad you're glad.
Good.
Fine.
I think I'm starting to get it.
It really does. The way he's doing it does look like he's dancing.
It's not about strength. Our technique is about using your opponent's force against them. Loosen up. Think of the fan as an extension of your arm. Wait for an opening and then...
He's learning.
I fell on purpose to make you feel better.
I got you. Admit I got you.
It's the power of the makeup.
Okay, it was a lucky shot. Let's see if you can do it again.
I'm sure it'll be here any second.
I really like that Sokka's learning, though.
What about this?
And not just like keep thinking the same thing.
Boring. Where's Unagi?
So getting your ass kicked can kind of do that, I'm sure. Make you think
Don't
about
leave.
things.
Sorry, Aang. Maybe next time.
The attention only lasts so long.
Katara, you showed up.
I wanted to make sure you were safe. You really had me worried.
But back there, you acted like you didn't care.
I'm sorry.
Me too. I did let all that attention go to my head. I was being a jerk.
Well, get out of the water before you catch a cold, you big jerk.
On my way.
Oh, she forgave him fast. And the eye is always the weakness. Holy shit. Instant KO. God damn, I guess they're not really prepared to fight something like that.
Zuko.
This is why you can't stay in one place. He actually caught up relatively fast. Doesn't feel like they were there that long. Is this how it's gonna be for them constantly? Because I guess they're always gonna have to be running. That's gotta be stressful too. Oh, I was gonna say what was going on there, but
Don't ride the Unagi. Not fun.
that was a really cool that's another cool way of That's actually a really unique way of using water bending. That's why I find like the way bending works here is very interesting, because there's when you're manipulating a something like this, you're manipulating an element or in this case water. You can move it, you can do stuff. So if somebody's choking on water or whatever, physically you can remove it from them. You can save lives with abilities like this. I find it, I don't know, I just find it very interesting.
Not bad.
Firebenders have landed on our shores. Girls, come quickly.
Hey, whatever.
Just accept it.
Come out, Avatar. You can't hide from me forever.
Feeling like the Old West here, even though it's like
Find him.
like a samurai type look, but like an Old West type town feel. Huh. Looks like they can kind of handle themselves. At least to some extent. But you would think bending would have people that can't bend. You would think bending would always have an advantage.
Over here.
Finally.
At least it seems that way. Unless bending itself, I'm sure it does. There's got to be some type of weakness or...
Get inside.
That is got to be a little sad to feel like your presence kind of did that to the village.
Yes, it is. These people got their town
It would,
destroyed
yeah.
trying to protect me.
Then let's get out of here. Zuko will leave Kyoshi to follow us. I know it feels wrong to run, but I think it's the only way.
I'll call Appa.
That is kind of sad.
There's no time to say goodbye.
What about I'm sorry?
For what?
I treated you like a girl when I should have treated you like a warrior.
I am a warrior. But I'm a girl, too. Now get out
Nice.
of here. Well,
back to the ship.
Well, Sokka learned things. That's enough for this village to be on fire and them leaving now.
I know it's
As
hard,
long
but
as
you did the
Sokka
right
learned his
thing.
lesson, everything's
Zuko would have
okay.
destroyed the whole place if we stayed. They're gonna be okay, Aang. What are you doing?
Oh. I guess he's worried about them. Oh. What is he trying to do? Tame the creature? Oh, putting out the fires. Holy crap. Aang's a fireman. And that is one humongous water hose.
Thank you, Avatar.
That was legit.
I know. That was stupid and dangerous.
Yes, it was.
No, like I understand how he was feeling there. It's one of those things where the further you go on and you're leaving, every place you go to as the Avatar is gonna, especially now that he's being chased, is going to have complications and risks to whoever you're around and where you're at. And Aang has to kind of bear that burden and feel that. And I think he wasn't really thinking about that until he saw it like right away. Like, I'm in this area and I'm the cause. Like, this village wouldn't have been burnt on fire. They wouldn't have came here otherwise. Only for me. So that kind of gives Aang some guilt. It was nice to see him, you know, get a little bit of an ego because he got some fans and stuff. It's good to have that feeling, but when you think about the overall type thing of and pressures and responsibility of being the Avatar, there comes a million different types of things, and Aang is going to have to kind of figure that out. That's a lot to ask for a person. But having someone like Kitara and Sokka and like having these people that are on your side is definitely going to be good for him. I can tell. It's had like he doesn't have to really worry about everything because he knows he has somebody to talk to about this stuff, and they're on his side. It's a good thing. He's not by himself. The other thing that's interesting, I was talking about earlier in the episode about like weaknesses, and I was thinking because these guys weren't showing any type of bending, so I was thinking like somebody like Sokka, somebody that's not able to use bending. You would think there would be, if you're strong enough, maybe if you had like the right strategies or something, you could have an advantage over a bender. You would think that would be a possibility, but then when I was thinking about it hard, it's like if that was true, what about, you know, they said, you know, in the beginning it says the Fire Nation took over. You would think if there was a weakness, wouldn't it have been like exploited at this point? I don't know. That's just what I see so far. But anyway, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, smash that like button, hit that notification bell. You can also check out these episodes early and uncut over on patreon.com/AJRich123. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.